My brother's wife accused me of trying to seduce her for 6 months. The truth destroyed our family. I was watching the game when my brother Nate burst through my apartment door without knocking. He looked angrier than I'd ever seen him. Julie told me everything about what you've been doing to her, he said. I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about and asked him what he meant. Don't play dumb. She's been keeping a record for 6 months, he said. I was completely confused and told him I didn't understand what was happening. He pulled out his phone and showed me screenshots of explicit messages supposedly from my number to Julie, asking to meet up, commenting on her body, things I'd never written. She's terrified of you and she's getting a restraining order, he said. When I stood up to try to explain, he backed away from me like I was going to hurt him. You're sick. Stay away from my wife, he said before leaving. That night, my parents called me together on speakerphone and my mom was crying. How could you send Julie those disgusting texts? She asked. I checked my phone frantically, but the only message I had to Julie was wishing her happy birthday 3 months ago. I tried to explain, but my dad cut me off. We're done with you until you get help, he said and hung up. By the next morning, my entire extended family had blocked me on everything. I called Julie directly and begged her to tell me what she thought I did. The messages you sent, following me to lunch, showing up at my gym, she said with this weird calmness in her voice that felt wrong somehow. I went to my gym and got attendance records proving I was there when Julie claimed I was at hers. I pulled phone records showing I hadn't texted her number, but nobody would look at my evidence. The restraining order arrived the next week and got served at my workplace, which led to me losing my job. I had to move in with old college friends 2 towns over after losing my apartment too. For the next 3 months, I tried everything to clear my name. I hired a lawyer who dropped me after seeing the evidence, contacted a private investigator who found nothing helpful, and even went to therapy where they suggested I might be in denial about my actions. Meanwhile, Nate filed for divorce, and Julie moved back with her parents, playing the perfect victim. I was completely alone and starting to question my own sanity when I decided to investigate Julie myself. I drove past her parents' house and saw her in the driveway laughing while showing something on her phone to a neighbor, gesturing and bragging about something. That's when I knew she was behind this somehow. I reached out to Megan, who worked with Julie at her marketing firm, because I remembered Julie mentioning her at family dinners. Megan was hesitant, but agreed to meet me after I explained everything. I've been wanting to tell someone about this, she said at the diner. A few weeks ago, I saw Julie at her desk during lunch when she thought everyone was gone. She was typing fake text messages into this app that creates fake conversations. She had your photo and name in it. Megan explained that she'd confronted Julie about it privately. Julie laughed and told me the whole story. She said she tried to kiss you at Christmas 7 months ago, and you rejected her. She said you humiliated her by pushing her away, and she'd been planning this revenge ever since. She's been creating these fake messages for 6 months and showing them to everyone as proof you're stalking her. I felt sick realizing Julie had destroyed my life because I'd rejected her advances. I wanted to say something earlier, but Julie threatened to get me fired since she's friends with our HR director, Megan said, and gave me her signed statement. I sent everything to my family with Megan's written statement. My parents called first, and my mom was crying so hard she could barely talk. Oh God, what have we done to you? She kept saying while my dad just cleared his throat repeatedly. They begged me to forgive them, but I felt nothing because they'd abandoned me. I forwarded everything to Nate and explained how Julie had tried to seduce me at Christmas and created this whole scheme after I rejected her. Nate called me within minutes and his voice was ice cold. I found the app on her phone, he said. She had hundreds of fake conversations she'd been creating about you since January. He told me Julie had admitted everything when he confronted her with the evidence. She laughed and said you deserved it for humiliating her, Nate said. She said she'd rather destroy her own marriage than let you get away with rejecting her. Julie tried to claim Nate was abusive when he exposed her lies, but when his lawyer presented Megan's statement and the app evidence in court, her credibility fell apart. She lost her job, her marriage, and her reputation, but still posts online about being a victim.